All right, so today we're diving deep into educational resilience.
Oh, yeah.
That ability to bounce back from setbacks and kind of thrive in your learning journey.
Yeah.
And we're looking at this through the lens of two really powerful figures.
Okay.
Michelle Obama,
Mm-hmm.
a passionate advocate for educational equity,
Right.
and Sugata Mitra, an innovator who really pushes the boundaries of learning.
Interesting.
Their perspectives are totally unique, but both offer really valuable lessons
Yeah.
on how we can overcome challenges
Mhm.
and reach our full potential in education.
It's interesting how they both approach this whole idea of resilience.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Obama's story is so rooted in those support systems
Yeah.
and mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago,
Right.
she faced doubts and a lot of obstacles, and yet she achieved incredible academic success.
Yeah.
And she attributes a lot of it to the unwavering support that
Okay.
she got from her parents, her
Right.
teachers, and
Got it.
mentors. They believed in her, encouraged her, and helped her navigate a system
Right.
that wasn't always designed for her success.
And it makes you think,
Yeah.
who were those pivotal people
Yeah.
in your own educational journey? Was there a teacher who inspired you,
Right.
or a mentor who saw your potential when you maybe doubted yourself?
Totally.
It's so fascinating how these individuals can shape our paths.
Absolutely. And it's not even just about that warm encouragement.
Right.
Michelle Obama really highlights this importance of access
Okay.
to quality education.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, equity comes in. It's not just about everybody having the same resources,
Right.
but making sure everyone has what they need to actually succeed,
Right.
regardless of background or circumstances,
Yeah.
which often means addressing those systemic barriers
Right.
that prevent equal access in the first place.
That's such an important distinction.
Yeah.
So how does she see educational resilience playing out in the face of those systemic challenges?
She believes resilience is key
Okay.
for navigating all those barriers.
Yeah.
Through her work with Let Girls Learn,
Mm-hmm.
she sheds light on so many obstacles that students face, especially girls around the world.
Okay.
The lack of access to quality schools,
Mm-hmm.
those societal beliefs that limit their opportunities, and sometimes even just lack of support.
And she advocates for kind of a multifaceted approach
Yeah.
to building that resilience, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama emphasizes the power of these mentorship programs
Right.
where students can connect with people
Right.
who've navigated similar challenges
Mhm.
and can offer guidance and support.
Yeah.
And she also encourages self-advocacy,
Okay.
empowering students to speak up for their needs and
Yeah.
actually seek out resources.
It's like equipping them with the tools and the mindset
Right.
to take ownership of their education, even when the system seems against them.
Precisely. And she puts huge emphasis on the role of teachers.
Yeah.
They go way beyond just delivering lessons.
Right.
They inspire confidence,
Okay.
help students see their potential,
Mm.
and give them tools to tackle challenges head on.
It's so true.
They're really the frontline workers in this,
Yeah.
fostering educational resilience.
She's incredibly passionate about the power of educators.
Oh, for sure.
I remember reading about when she visited a school
Oh, yeah.
and told the teachers, "You all have the most important job in the world."
Wow.
She truly believed that.
And to do that job effectively,
Yeah.
teachers need adequate resources and support. That's a
Yeah.
point she constantly emphasizes.
Mhm.
Investing in educators is investing in the students' resilience.
Yeah.
We need to give them the training, the
Okay.
resources,
Yeah.
and the support systems
Right.
to create these nurturing environments where students can thrive.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of it all. From the students to the teachers, the
Yeah.
administrators,
Mhm.
and the policymakers who shape everything.
It's a systemic view of resilience,
Yeah.
recognizing that individual resilience can only go so far
Right.
without addressing those underlying issues
Right.
that create barriers to educational success.
That's such a powerful perspective.
Yeah,
It's not just teaching students to be resilient.
right.
It's about creating a system that fosters it.
Totally.
But how does that system adapt
Okay,
to accommodate more unconventional approaches to learning,
that's a great question.
like the ones championed by Sugata Mitra?
Yeah, and it leads us to a very different but equally compelling perspective on educational resilience.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Sugata Mitra's work,
Yeah.
it's fascinating. He kind of flips the script on traditional education.
He does.
He's known for his a hole-in-the-wall experiment,
Right.
where he literally put a computer in a wall
Mhm.
in an underprivileged area of India
Yeah.
and just observed what happened.
It was such a radical concept.
Mhm.
You know, this whole idea of self-organized learning,
Yeah.
or what he calls minimally invasive education.
Right.
He faced a lot of skepticism.
Yeah.
People question whether children, especially from disadvantaged backgrounds,
Okay.
could really learn these complex concepts
Yeah.
without formal instruction.
Without a teacher.
Yeah.
Right.
But Mitra was so resilient
Yeah.
in pursuing this idea.
And the results were pretty astounding.
They were amazing.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These children with no prior experience with computers
Okay.
figured out how to use the internet
Yeah.
and teach themselves all sorts of things,
Yeah.
from basic computer skills
Okay.
to even complex scientific concepts.
Wild.
It's
Yeah.
one of the most famous examples
Yeah.
is a group of children in a village in India
Okay.
with access only to that computer in the wall
Right.
managed to teach themselves basic molecular biology.
It's mind-boggling.
It is.
To think about that level of understanding
Right.
with such limited resources
Yeah.
and no formal teacher guiding them.
It really makes you wonder
Yeah.
if our traditional model of education, Right. with all the rote learning and rigid curriculum,
Yeah.
is really serving students the best.
Right.
That's the question his work makes us confront.
Yeah.
It challenges us to rethink the role of the teacher,
Okay.
the structure of the classroom, and the very nature of learning itself.
Yeah.
If children are capable of this,
Yeah.
driven purely by their curiosity and collaboration,
Right.
what does that mean for the future?
It's like he's saying the potential is already there
Yeah.
within each child,
Mm-hmm.
just waiting to be unlocked.
It is.
And sometimes the best way to unlock that is
Yeah.
to step back and let curiosity lead.
And provide the right environment.
Right.
Of course,
Yeah.
Mitra emphasizes this importance
Yeah.
of creating environments that foster that curiosity-driven learning
Mhm.
where children feel safe
Yeah.
to explore, experiment,
Right.
and learn from each other.
It's interesting how both Mitra and Michelle Obama,
Yeah,
despite their different approaches,
right.
they both highlight empowering learners.
They do.
For Michelle Obama, it's equipping them
Yeah.
with the tools and mindset
Uh-huh.
to navigate a system that isn't always equitable.
Right.
For Mitra,
Yeah.
it's creating spaces where learning happens organically,
Right.
driven by the student's own motivation.
And that sense of agency, that feeling of control over your own learning, it's
Yeah.
so powerful.
It is.
When students feel empowered,
Yeah.
they're more likely to persevere through those challenges, seek out resources,
Yeah.
and ultimately achieve their goals.
But a key ingredient in resilience.
It is.
But I'm curious, how does Mitra himself
Okay.
remain resilient
Yeah.
when he faces pushback
Right.
from those traditional institutions?
Yeah.
There must be resistance
Oh, for sure.
to such a radical departure from the norm.
He focuses on the positive impact of his work.
Okay.
He sees resistance
Right.
not as a roadblock,
Right.
but as an opportunity for dialogue
Okay.
and further learning.
Interesting.
He often says
Yeah.
that questioning and challenging the status quo
Mhm.
is essential for progress,
Okay.
and true resilience lies in being able to adapt
Yeah.
and evolve in the face of opposition.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And it brings up a question for our listeners.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an unconventional learning experience
Right.
that challenged those traditional methods?
Okay.
Something that really sparked your curiosity
Mhm.
and led you down a different path?
Yeah.
We'd love to hear about those.
Sharing those stories is so valuable because they remind us
Okay.
that learning doesn't always have to happen in a classroom.
Right.
It can happen anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Driven by our own desire to understand the world.
Wow. It's been fascinating exploring these different approaches to educational resilience.
It has.
On the one hand, we have Michelle Obama
Mm-hmm.
advocating for systemic change and empowering students to
Yeah.
navigate all those existing barriers.
Yeah.
On the other, we have Sugata Mitra,
Yeah.
who's challenging the structure of traditional learning
Right.
and encouraging us to embrace self-directed learning.
I think what's really striking
Yeah.
is how both approaches
Right.
emphasize a shift in mindset.
Yeah.
You know, Michelle Obama talks about believing in yourself,
Okay.
even when you're facing doubts
Right.
and adversity.
Yeah.
And Sugata Mitra highlights the power of curiosity,
Okay.
encouraging students to embrace the unknown and see challenges as opportunities for growth.
It's like moving away from that fear of failure
Totally.
and embracing a spirit of exploration.
It is, and it takes courage,
Yeah.
especially in a system that often prioritizes conformity
Yeah.
over individuality.
Yeah. It requires a certain level of trust 2,
Oh, yeah.
trust in yourself, trust in your ability to learn,
Yeah.
and trust in the support systems around you.
Michelle Obama talks about those mentors and role models,
Yeah.
those people who can guide you
Right,
and
yeah.
inspire you.
It's true.
And Sugata Mitra emphasizes collaboration,
Right.
learning together,
Yeah.
sharing discoveries, and supporting each other.
It's not just individual grit.
No.
It's about community
Yeah,
and connection.
for sure.
It makes me think about the role each of us plays
Right.
in supporting educational resilience,
Yeah.
even if we're not students or educators.
We can be mentors.
Yeah.
We can advocate for policies that promote equity and access.
Okay.
We can create learning opportunities in our own communities.
There's so many possibilities.
Absolutely. And it all starts with recognizing the value of education
Yeah.
and its power to transform.
It's more than just knowledge or skills.
Yeah.
It's empowering people to reach their potential
Right.
and contribute to a better world.
Exactly.
When we invest in educational resilience,
Yeah.
we're investing in a brighter future for everybody.
It's a powerful thought,
Yeah.
you know.
To leave with our listener.
We all have a role to play in
Yeah.
fostering educational resilience.
Whether you're a student facing your own challenges,
Right.
an educator striving to create a supportive environment,
Yeah.
or just someone who believes in the power of education.
We encourage you to think about
Yeah.
how you can contribute.
Because resilience in education
Mm-hmm.
is more than just overcoming obstacles.
It is.
It's fostering that love of learning,
Right.
a thirst for knowledge,
Yeah.
and a belief in that power of education to change lives.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we wrap up our deep dive into educational resilience.
We hope this conversation has sparked some new ideas
Yeah.
and inspired you to keep exploring this topic,
Absolutely.
keep learning,
Mm-hmm.
keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Totally.
Until next time, keep diving deep